Welcome back to the next episode of Lone Star College Football. We have the
So
Texas State was in Waco playing the Baylor Bears. We got the post game show. We've watched the film, seen the highlights a couple more times after the game.
oh
We're just
yeah,
gonna break it down real quick. Uh, with that being said, we're gonna change this up a little bit. Usually, I'll throw it to Logan right here. I'm gonna get into the bold predictions from last week because I was kind of close-ish. For the offense, I said 35 rushes for 175 or more yards and averaging over 5 yards per carry. And boy, did y'all beat that. 37 rushes, so just barely on the rushes, but for 293 total rushing yards.
yeah,
That is 7.9 yards per carry and 5 touchdowns. What did you see from y'all's running game last
dude,
2 nights ago?
man, we got some dogs over there. Richard Reese, true freshman
Yeah.
coming in. That dude is nice. We talked
Mm-hmm.
about him a lot. Squirrel Williams, it looked like he kind of struggled finding the holes and making the correct reads as far as hitting a hole. Sometimes he bounced it out when he didn't need to. And then there are some times where he could have
Yeah.
bounced it out and get wide open. Like we saw that on his 30-yard touchdown. Like he just
True.
took a step to the inside, then went back out, and he was gone right down the sideline. Blake Shapen's got wheels. So I'm
Yeah, he
fast.
did.
I'm fast. Faked everybody out, dude. I think it was like 4th and 1. I thought Texas State blew that play up. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and all of a sudden, camera switches over, and he's gone, outrunning a linebacker or a safety. He's got wheels. We were on the phone during that play. I was like, "Oh, I'm fast. Oh, I'm fast." But
Yeah.
Texas State's D line didn't look bad. I don't know if that was more credit to them or a lot less credit to our offensive line. I'm going to lean more towards our offensive line. Richard Reese is a dog, dude. 19 carries, 156 yards, and 3 touchdowns with a long of 52. Dude is dope.
Yeah, he showed out, and as a true freshman, I mean, I really wanted Squirrel to start, but I
Yeah,
think the business decision is you gotta let Richard restart for the next 3 years because he's going to the draft after three if he plays like that.
dude. My thing is like he's only 5'9", 175. As a true freshman,
Little
first
bitty.
career college start. He's a little dude, but he is fast and he
Yeah.
runs hard. Excuse me. You would
Yeah.
not think that he's only 175 pounds whenever he hits you, bro. He's not going to keep on their butts. But I'm gonna
Hey,
move over
yeah,
to
you're right.
my first bold prediction, and that was 4 different receivers slash tight ends with touchdowns as far as receiving touchdowns. And boy, was I wrong.
Hmm.
We had one. We
Oh,
had one. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't think it's our receivers. I think they're trying to spread the ball out a lot. Like you don't see anybody on our team having more than 5 receptions, but Blake Shapen only threw the ball 26 times, 15
yeah.
completions. He didn't have a he didn't have a good day.
Yeah, his completion percentage is down to 67.6 now.
Yeah, not a good day
So
in the office. And that was one of my
now,
key things that we needed was for him to come out there and show us that we made that they made the right decision by letting Gary walk. But
and
Kyron
I
Drones,
mean, I don't think nothing has happened that has made me think
well,
we all
yeah,
didn't make the right decision. I mean, I think Blake Shapen is still very capable of going out and winning big games. We got to keep reminding ourselves he's a sophomore.
yeah, that's another thing
He's
that we
only
talked about after
started.
the game.
Yeah, he's only started. This was like his fourth start, so it's just kind of is what it is. But I think he'll be all right. He'll settle in.
Let's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and say this. He needs to learn how to get down and when to get down because I think
Yeah,
all Baylor fans saw that play where he scrambled and there was a linebacker for Texas State like a foot away from him before he started to slide and knocked his helmet off. Like at first glance, it looked like it could have been a targeting, but then once you watch the replay a couple times, you can easily see that he was already loaded up to hit, and
Yeah.
it was Blake Shapen that didn't get down soon enough. Like
Right side on
in
that
that thing,
play.
it's just like get like he's making a football move. You can't be mad at the Bobcat dude. He's just playing. Like
Yeah.
he's just making a stop.
I'd have been mad, even though I was rooting for Baylor. I'd have been mad if that Bobcat player had gotten kicked out because that's
Yeah.
just kind of crap. But the bright side on that play, there's two of them. One, he was fine, didn't get hurt,
Yes.
and two, we got to see drones come in and
Oh,
throw a little bootleg
oh
out
yeah.
of the pocket. That was pretty neat. I told Logan when it happened. I said, "How much you want to bet it's a running play?" And Dave Aranda's like, I bet the defense thinks the same thing. So they
Mm-hmm.
threw it, and it was a good play. I
Oh yeah.
mean,
I mean, he threw two
hey,
passes for 24 yards. He didn't play
yeah,
much as I would
nah,
have liked to. I want to see Kyron Jones come in. I mean, he's one of those guys that if you want to run the option like they did with Blake Shapen and it worked, but against BYU doing an option against Texas defense whenever they're playing to their full capabilities against Oklahoma's defense now is what it's looking like. Blake Shapen's not going to be able to run those read options like Gary Bohanna did last year, but Kyron Jones can. We saw him in that spring game take off for
yeah.
what probably would have been an 80-yard touchdown if they didn't just blow it dead. Um, I'm excited
True.
about Kyron Jones. Yeah, I told Christian I got to keep reminding myself Blake Shapen's only a sophomore. Yeah, he's a red shirt. He's a red shirt, but it's still he didn't get snaps until the very end of last year. Um, but yeah, we need to be able to find people on our receiver room, man. Calvin Holmes, he came out, he played pretty good on the catches that he did get. It's hard to say anything about the receiver room because we don't have the stats. Like Galvin Holmes had the most receptions with 3, and the one touchdown
Who
that
was my
was
breakable player?
yeah.
That's who
That's
I
one person
said
we
I would
both want
like
to
to see
see.
him get him the ball.
Oh yeah. I'm anxious to see what's going to happen with Monterey Baldwin. I think his presence was missed. I want to go ahead and throw out there. I'm not happy that they're not using Armani Winfield. I only saw him on the field for a handful of snaps, and one of
They
them was
threw
a false
he got
start,
a
and they
flag.
yanked him.
Yeah.
Like he's a true freshman. Like you got to let him make those mistakes and keep him out there.
Yeah. I'll say all in all, Baylor went out and did what they were supposed to do. I'm a little disappointed in Blake Shapen's completion percentage. I'm a little, I mean, he's over 50%. I'm really more disappointed in y'all's defense. And not that they, I mean, you only let up 7 points, but one forced fumble, no picks. I mean, 2 sacks. I was really, I mean, you got 8 tackle for losses, 4 passes defended, 4 QB hurries. So not bad, but I would have
let's
liked to have seen a couple picks.
let's just throw out there that Siaka Ika knocked down 3 of those passes at the line, 2 of them in a row. I'm sure that
Yeah,
counts as those pass deflections. If not,
he
they
got two
should.
PDs. Yeah, he got
Yeah,
two pass
he
deflections.
got his hand on another one that it might not
Williams
have
and
hit the ball.
A. Allen got the other two.
Yeah. Allen,
So
he's a bench player, and who was the
nice.
other one?
Williams, W. Williams. Uh, he had 3 tackles.
Yeah, I don't.
Will
Oh,
Williams. Yeah,
he's a bench player too. Yeah, he's a linebacker.
he's a
Man,
junior.
oh,
Hmm.
but man, on the defensive side for me was our secondary, and I think it's more coaching than or not coaching, but like coverage calls. Hawkins played great.
Yeah.
That dude should be a Power 5 receiver.
Oh, dude, that dude. Hang on, let me go ahead and pull up his stats real quick. He was
13
crazy.
receptions, 114 yards, 1 touchdown, long of 29
Mind
on
you,
the
though,
booster. That was
he
his
had
touchdown.
He had 9 or 10 of those in the first half. So the second half, y'all
Yeah,
y'all locked up a lot better.
yeah. I don't know if it was that or they just started looking other directions because he only got one catch over the school's receiving receptions record, which in the first half he made it look
Yeah.
easy, dude. He was open every single snap,
I
and
would say it
it was
definitely
pissing me off.
is. It was definitely y'all's defense because the second receiver only has 4 catches. So I mean, it wasn't that it wasn't that they just weren't looking at him anymore. Y'all probably double teamed him, or if he was, I don't remember. Let's see, how big is this guy?
He's
He's
small.
5'10", so he's probably a slot
He
guy.
is. That's one of the guys that I
So
said
he
was their
was,
main that's their main target.
yes, you probably just had to, shift a linebacker over a little bit more, cover those slants a little better, seam routes. Um, but man, all in all, I think Baylor kind of just went out there, played. The score was what they were supposed to be.
Yeah.
Um, Game wise, I felt like there were some pros and cons looking at it. Y'all go to Ames, Iowa next week,
Yup.
so that's gonna be fun. I love non-conference games because I don't want to say they don't matter because they do matter, but it's like if you lose, it's not going to hurt you as far as a Big 12 champ game. But man,
Mm-hmm.
conference is where it gets fun, especially the Big 12 this year. It's a pretty wide
Yeah.
open conference, and we'll get to see what our teams are really made of. Uh,
Yeah, for sure.
you got anything left for us?
As far as this game, no, I don't want to get too much into next Saturday either because that'll be coming up on our
Yeah,
pregame show later this week. But yeah, I think we played pretty good.
yeah,
I feel like our offense definitely needs work as far as the quarterback. Which again, it's, I don't want to put all the blame on Blake Shapen, but he's taking. There's a lot of shots that we could have because our receivers have speed that we're not taking, and when we do, is the one time that the defense is actually in the correct coverage to stop it, and so he's
yeah,
just throwing the check down. But I'm excited about this receiver group. I mean, they're all young. Our running backs are young. Like we're having young breakout stars, which is great for building. Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm pretty happy with the team. There's just a couple things here and there, which it's just one of those things that a lot of people don't pay attention to besides the score. But whenever we're doing this, it's those little things that you want to dig into.
yeah. We're looking at a lot. Uh, Whenever you are more deep diving
Yeah.
stats and how games play out, and there's a lot of deep diving to be good done in our Texas UTSA
Oh
post
yeah, for
game. So,
sure.
all right,
Ooh,
well, hey man, it was a fun game to watch. It's always fun watching your team run up the score on somebody. So even when there's stuff to clean up, it's still better than Saturday with no football for sure.
true,
So,
for sure.
oh, y'all can find him at L Patterson _3. You can find me
Yes,
at Christian
sir.
H _88. And you can find our channel on Twitter at Lone Star _CFB. Appreciate y'all.